And when I saw them, I was kind of just like, only because of the way the kids turned out, y'all. This is what happened.
Oh, no.
Oh! Somebody! What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Janiaaaliyah, and I am back with another video. If it's your first time here, hold on, let me fix my collar. This is a bad first impression. Okay, if it's your first time here, hi, welcome. I would offer you a seat, but y'all already know, only my subscribers can sit down. So if you're trying to get you a seat, then go ahead and click, smack the subscribe button down below, and hurry up, cause we got some stuff to get into. Okay, great. Okay, y'all, so today I'm gonna be telling y'all the story about my most awkward day ever. Like, oh, y'all, this date, like, I just feel like, let's have a moment of silence. Okay, I'm ready now. This date was just wrong on so many levels, and the fact that I even showed up surprises me to this day. But okay, y'all, I tell y'all all these crazy stories from my past that really be putting me on the spot, but it's okay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would.
I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So this story, I want to say, took place like my junior year of high school. I want to say junior year, only because the guy that I went on a date with, he was a singer at the time, because he was in the year ahead of me, right? So basically, like, I had known him, I've known this guy since like elementary school. And so, you know, I pretty much like knew him already. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, okay, like cool. Now, we wasn't like close friends and everything, so I'm saying I know him. I should probably say I knew of him, because I ain't know him like that. I did not know him like that, but we was cool. Okay, I had talked to him more than 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? So basically, I can't remember like what kind of had sparked it off. I feel like I told y'all this in another video, but the way I am, I feel like a lot of girls go through this, but me as well, I just don't develop crushes in a normal way. I just don't. Now, not crazy, I promise, I'm not. But the thing is, say for example, in my mind, oh yeah, I think that boy's cute, I think I have a crush on him. Next week, I'm not gonna like him. I might not even remember his name. And then the thing is, I feel like, I told y'all this before, but due to the number of romance movies I watched during my childhood, including but not excluding any of the ones y'all thinking of, The Notebook, Love and Basketball, The Wood, Brothers, Love Jones, like just all of those movies, and I really, ooh, ouch, that hurt. Why I do that? Why did I do that? But yes, and so I really mainly love like the black romance films. I think at some point in 7th or 8th grade, or it was maybe 9th, I literally dedicated the entire month of October to me going home after school and watching as many black romance films as I can find. And of course, I started getting mad because I started running out by the end of the month. But I watched as many as I could. Like, when I tell y'all I was on bootleg, I was ordering stuff off Amazon Prime. Like, y'all, I was committed. I may need to do it again because I did love it. But as a result of all of that, my expectations in this world are entirely too high. I can't tell y'all how sad I was when Corona and stuff hit. And even before Corona, once I had realized that I will never get that boom box over the shoulder on the balcony promposal, and at some point I actually did live in a house with a balcony, so I was somewhat ready. And I think at some point I had told my friends, I was like, yeah, you know, if I ever got a promposal, I would want them to do this, just in case, like, you know, I end up dating somebody and they was gonna do a promposal so they could tell them. But neither of those things happened at that time, right? So yeah, but anyways, my expectations was just entirely too high. So I don't know, just sometimes like when I develop crushes, they're not real. I'm just really like, I just need somebody to fill in the role of Omar Epps in my head, or like, yeah. So when I get crushes, I have to take like a double take, a triple take, a quadruple take, just to make sure I actually like you, because I could really like play with your emotions. Okay, basically that's what it is, basically. And so with that being said, I know not to take myself serious, and another reason would be I'm a goofy person. Sometimes like stuff I do just be funny, and sometimes I don't even be knowing how it be funny, but it just end up being funny. And like a lot of dudes I would talk to like would think I'm flirting, or think, oh my goodness, she's so funny, ooh, I love her personality. Like, yeah, I have personality. Why did I say personality like that the first time? I said personality. Anyways, but yeah, so because of that, a lot of dudes would misinterpret that personality that I just have as flirting or me liking you, when in reality that's just who I am. That is literally just who I am. And so that's why I don't talk to dudes no more, because I don't need y'all to misinterpret that. I talk to my boyfriend, but you know, I don't, no, I'm sorry, no. But yeah, and I think at some point, I can't even remember like at what point we started talking. I think we may have just been texting, and but basically like we was talking or whatever, and you know, that was that. It wasn't nothing too serious, because I wasn't really looking for no relationship, especially since this was 11th grade. He was in 12th grade, then he was gonna go to college, and eventually I was gonna go to college. And like I said, I watched movies. I don't know what college finna be. So at that point I was like, yeah, you know, like I'm good. No, I'm not trying to get in a relationship, at least until like either senior year or college, period, because I don't got time. No thank you. And then I had like recently, not too recently, but just got out of a relationship, and I didn't want to do that. And then it was some other stuff too going on. I'll tell y'all that in another story time, because that, anyways, we would be texting and whatnot. And I think somebody may have told me, I think like I was telling one of my friends like, oh, what am I gonna name him? KC. So I told one of my friends like, oh yeah, KC like been texting me or whatever, like, you know, I don't know like what this is, but he really just been hitting my phone up saying all this stuff, blah 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 blah. And like, now mind you, he was not, I'll tell y'all exactly what he was saying, but he wasn't saying like no extreme like relationship stuff or nothing like that, but he was still like kind of, hey bro, relax. So that's when my friend tells me like, oh, crazy, because I heard he was talking to Jerica. And I'm like, really? Because I'm cool with Jerica. Like, I don't, you know, some females try to, you know, get beef thinking there's a competition. And not to sound cocky or anything, but we're not in competition. Not because I will win, but because I don't want him. That's what it is. And so I think I had asked KC, I was like, yeah, do you talk to Jerica? And he was like, I think he said, he was honest, so I think he said something like, yeah, but like we not serious, or something. Like basically I think she said like, I think he said like she wasn't taking him serious. So I'm just like, oh well, you know, why she not taking you serious? Like, oh, what's that? And that's when he was like, nah, like basically we not talking. So I was like, okay. So of course that's when like we just proceed texting and whatnot. And I think I had asked Jerica, and Jerica had also basically like said like, no, because you weren't finna get me, honey. Like, I do not be with girls over dudes. But y'all gonna see in the next story time I kind of did. But yeah, so it was just literally a random day. Now I used to stay right down the street from the movie theater, and I said this before, but I enjoy going to the movie theater by myself a lot, right? And that also means like I like going to the movie theater in general. So if anybody invite me to the movie theater, I'm down for that. I'm pulling up, I'm going, unless it's like a date, because I think movie dates are sorry, like especially like a first date. Now okay, if me and my boyfriend now go to the movies, yeah, that would be cool, especially since we ain't been to the movies in like over a year, but that would be cool. But as a first date, I say the movie is the most terrible dates because it's a movie theater. You can't talk, you ain't getting to know each other, y'all sitting next to each other, so you barely even, you know, face-to-face interaction. Like it's just terrible. It's terrible. So I think he randomly like texted me or whatever and was like, yeah, you know, like what's the move or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm not doing nothing. Mistake. I should have said I was busy. And so I think that's when he was like, oh, okay, you want to go to the movies? And I was like, oh, you know what, actually something just came up. Like I told y'all, I be joking. And so I'm like, yep, actually something just came up. He was like, ha 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 ha, I'm dead, let's go to the movies. And I'm like, why? Like, why you want to go so last minute? Like, why you didn't say anything before? And that's when he was like, oh well, I was finna go with somebody else, but she was acting up or something. And so I'm like, I was like, excuse me? I was like, first of all, like, who's you finna go to the movie with? Like, not checking him or nothing, because like I said, this ain't my man. I'm just like, okay, so like, who you finna go to the movie? Because if it was Jerica, I'm sorry, but I could not go, because like at the time, like, she wasn't my friend, but like I was cool with her. Like, she was a nice girl. Like, I'm not finna do that, girl. And so that's when he was like, can't tell you. And I was just like, okay, well, I am not finna be your backup plan for a movie that you had with somebody else, so no. So that's when he was like, no, like I really just, you know, wanted to go to the movies with you anyways. I would rather go with you than go with her anyways, and blah blah blah. And mind y'all, I was in high school, so I was just like, okay. So I think fast forward, I get to the movies. I actually had beat him there, and I had no clue what kind of car this dude drove or nothing, but I beat him there, and I'm parking. And for those of y'all who don't know, my car has my name on the front, meaning when I'm driving around, you don't have to question if it's me, because you can literally look at the front and, oh yep, that's Jania. So I pull up. One of my friends, I'm gonna call her Daiquiri. So my friend Daiquiri texts me like, girl, you at the movies? I'm like, yeah. She like, I see you. I'm like, where you at? Like, where are you? She like, I'm over here with my boyfriend. Like, we bought his truck or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come over there. And so I get up, I go over there, and I'm talking to my girl Daiquiri, because Daiquiri, that's my homegirl. So I'm talking to Daiquiri or whatever, you know, we kikiing. It's always a good time, good vibes, okay? So we talking, and she like, who you coming to the movies with? And I'm like, Casey. She's like, wait, Casey? And I'm like, yeah, Casey. And she's like, girl. And I'm like, what? And she was like, he was supposed to, like, I think him and, ooh, all these names I gotta think of. I think him and Celeste start talking. And I think they were supposed to go to the movies. I'm like, oh, that's so crazy, because he told me that he was supposed to go to the movies with somebody else, and that she wasn't like acting right or whatever. But I did not know it was her. If I knew it was her, I would not have came. And the reason was because Celeste was on my volleyball team. And so I'm looking like, oh my goodness, like what? And so I'm like, well, like, are they serious? Are they be talking? And she was like, oh girl, no, they not serious, but like they've been talking or whatever. And I was like, oh well, like why she didn't come? And basically I guess she said like she didn't come because like he was talking to like other people or whatever, and like she didn't want him talking to other people. Now mind y'all, it was so funny because at some point he had really texted me trying me after I had asked him about Jerica. He was like, you don't like competition? And I was just looking like, first of all, baby, let me just say, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, you are not worth competing for. You're just not. Who do you think you are? Because whoever it is, you ain't him. So that was that, right? So we get into the movies. I think he finally pulled up. We get into the movies. We walking in, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like it was just a tad bit awkward because like you know those dudes who kind of be like, they'll be blowing up your phone, texting you this, right? And then see you in person and probably wait till you leave to be like, yeah, I saw you today, you looked so pretty. And it's just like, why you couldn't say that when you saw me? What happened when you saw me? Did you freeze? You got kidnapped? Oh, you got kidnapped. Oh, okay. So it just be a little weird, right? And so as we was walking into the movies, just the aura around, like, just us together, it just kind of felt awkward. And okay, it's okay to kind of feel a little nervous slash awkward when you're on the first date with somebody, but that one just ain't feel right. Like, it just felt like a mistake. So, and then at that point, now I have the knowledge that you wasn't talking, like, you're not talking to not one but another person I know. Like, and this is why I kind of hated where I went to school at, because literally everybody knew everybody. So if you could get you a boyfriend or girlfriend that don't nobody know, ain't heard nothing about, you're good, you're secure, you win. But no. So I think I can't remember what movie we was going to see, but I'm assuming it was like a really popular movie, because guess what seats we got? The movie was so packed, we literally got the seats in the very front row, to the point where we was sitting like this. Like, the seats were so bad. And me, I'm farsighted. I know the lady say, the optometrist said, oh girl, you got 20/20 vision. I'm like, man, so why I can't see? So why can't I? If you saying it's 20/20, why can't I see? Why? But yeah, she said I had 20/20 vision, but it was astigmatism, whatever that is. And so I'm up here all cross-eyed, like looking at the screen, and that's when, guess what he did? Ew, like, that was so corny, y'all. It was so bad. Like, because I think he had just got up to go get some popcorn, right? So he get back, sit down. And I think I was sitting there like this. I wasn't trying to move, so he was ooh. I'm like, okay. So we sitting there or whatever, like, we eating the popcorn, and that was that, right? And so at this point, I'm just still, because I'm not trying to cuddle, none of that, right? So that's when he was like, you don't want to put the armrest up, because like this movie, they had just renovated the movie theater from like the regular seats to like the little recliners, and you can move the armrest up like every other seat or whatever. So I'm like, why? Like, serious question, why? And he was just looking like, girl, put up the armrest. I'm just like, okay, all right. And so yeah, he like fixed the arm or whatever, and we just sitting there. And at that point, I'm still, because I made up in my mind, I'm probably not gonna talk to you after this date. And I mean, like, even though I said I was farsighted, I didn't really like the way he looked up close. Okay, like, I think I just liked the way he looked at a distance. So I was not really attracted to him up close. Like, you know, when you have those people who kind of like cute, but then if you stare at them for too long, it's like, yeah, that's when I was just kind of like, dang, this movie long. Oh, this movie long. So we sitting there, right? And literally, I think at some point, like, he had scooted over or whatever, and like had his arm around me, and I'm just still, because I'm like, I don't want to hold hands, like, I'm good. I don't want to, nah, I'm okay. Tell me why. Literally every time, like, I cleared my throat, wiggled my toe, this boy like tried to readjust our position. So say for example, I said or he said like use that as an excuse to, you know, like try to pull me closer or something. Or say I did like this, he gonna scoot closer. And it was to the point where I was just sitting there literally like, and I think I had actually did that for a good little minute, because that's what I'm saying. I don't like movie dates, because like, you really don't have to talk if you don't want to. So if you don't want to talk, then go to the movies. But yeah, so I'm really just sitting there because I had literally peeped, because I had been quiet for a minute. Then as soon as I said or did something, like shook my foot, I'm like, ooh, you need to chill. And so I think literally what I ended up doing, I did not move for the rest of that movie. I didn't move. I did not move. And so I think basically like date was over or whatever, and that was that. And so then we got to the worst part of the date, y'all. And this is gonna be the ending because I don't think I ever talked to him again. But the worst part of the date, y'all. So this boy tried to kiss me after the date, right? And literally, okay, look, I don't have like, my lips, like, they aren't big, but they aren't like tiny, okay? They like in the middle, right? He had like big lips, right? And listen, and that is amazing. But in this sense, I did not notice exactly how big his lips were until I saw them coming at my face. And when I saw them, I was kind of just like, only because of the way the kiss turned out, y'all. Only because. And the reason was, I'm not sure if he just wasn't considerate of the fact that my lips are reasonably small or what, but it was the way when he came to kiss me, this is what happened.
No.
Literally, it was like a vacuum, literally. And I'm like, listen, I gotta go. I gotta go, because let me tell y'all what ended up happening was, like, later on, probably like a month or two later, I ended up going to this little sleepover or whatever with some of my friends, and I was confident in the fact that I was never gonna talk to this boy again. And also, like, I'm never in competition with anybody over a guy, so I'm never like ashamed to talk to somebody and I know, oh, this person used to talk to them, and I'm like, okay girl, so what happened with you and so and so? So I'm talking to this girl, right? And I think I think somebody had actually like asked me about him, because somebody he was cool with, he like told him that we talked, and I'm like, I wish you wouldn't have said that. I really wish you wouldn't have said that. So yeah, they was asking about him, and I like just told them honestly. I'm like, okay, listen, I don't talk to that boy. I probably won't talk to him anymore. And I don't want to say too much, but I'm just not interested. And that's when one of the other girls who was there, who talked to him, she was like, was it the kiss? And I'm like, the kiss? What you mean, girl? What you mean? And she was like, okay, well, when we used to talk and he had kissed me, it was so bad. I was like, oh my goodness, it was bad. She was like, yeah, like he kind of like ate my lips basically. And I was like, ate your lips? He did? Oh wow, oh my goodness, oh he did. Now mind y'all, this girl, she had bigger lips than me, so I'm just like, okay, like, so then it's nothing against big lips, it's something against him. And so at that point I was kind of happy, I was relieved, because I'm just like, okay, good, like literally it's just him. I'm so happy I'm obviously not the only one that feels this way and notice that, because I know me, if I don't like you, I'll probably make up some stuff to just add to the list that I don't like you. And so yeah, I was so happy to hear that, y'all. But basically I ended up not talking to him. And then tell me why, one of the girls at the sleepover, the girl who's actually like his friend, and she was supposed to be asleep at the time that me and the other girl was talking about how terrible his kissing was, right? But I guess she was fake sleep, because I think she ended up like texting him and telling him we was saying something about like his lips or his kissing or whatever, and he like texted both of us like the next morning asking us like what we was saying about his lips or whatever. And I was like, I'm not trying to hurt this boy feelings, so I'm not finna tell him that his kissing was terrible, but I'm gonna just be like, girl, all we said was that your lips was big, like be quiet. And yeah, that was it. But y'all, that was literally the worst date ever. That was the worst. And when I tell y'all, after that kiss, I really just wanted to go and become a nun. I didn't ever want to kiss again, ever again, because I was just like, I do not like that, honey. I don't like that. And you thought I was gonna compete for you? Okay, all right, okay. But anyways, y'all, that's the story. Ooh, child, comment down below if y'all had any bad dates like that. Let me know. But anyways, you already know, click, smack that subscribe button down below, and I will see y'all on my next video.